The stars themselves held their breath the day the Elysium Concord died screaming, a crown of fire and twisted metal, its demise broadcast across the galaxy as Admiral Aria Voss's treason. But the truth burned darker in the silence, a whisper in her stolen memories, a relic humming with alien hunger, and a scavenger's grin that promised either salvation or ruin. Some called it fate. Arya called it a lie. But when the void answers with a voice that isn't hers, and a long-dead star begins to pulse, even heroes learn to fear what they've forgotten. Please wait. Before we start, tap that iCard button in the top right corner and smash that subscribe button. Do it now. Hit the notification bell so you're first in line when new stories land. All right, let's dive into the story. The Elysium Concord died screaming. Admiral Aria Voss gripped the edge of her command console as the orbital station's central spire fractured, molten steel and glittering glass erupting into the vacuum like a dying star's final breath. Her reflection in the cockpit's viewport splintered with the explosion. A dozen fractured Aryas staring back, each wearing the same hollow expression. Guilt, the kind that sinks into bone. "They'll blame me," she muttered, her voice raw. Behind her, Lieutenant Tarek flinched, his scaled hands hovering over the navigation array. "Admiral, the Republic's already broadcasting the footage. They're calling it a coup." Arya didn't turn. She memorized the way the station's debris spiraled into the Crimson Nebula below, a funeral shroud for 3,000 souls. "Of course they are. Spin the knife while it's still warm." Tarek's forked tongue flickered nervously. The distress signals they've gone silent. All of them. "No survivors," Arya said flatly. "Convenient." A chime cut through the silence. Her neural implant flared, static clawing at her temples as an encrypted message splashed across her retinal display. "Priority 0 Director Vera. Find Jackson Riker. He knows what you lost." She hissed, slamming a fist on the console. "Tarek, track this signal now." "It's gone, Admiral. Like it never existed." "Bullshit. Nothing goes to Republic Dreadnought's systems unless..." She froze. The static in her skull sharpened, needling her with half-formed memories. A child's laughter, the acrid stench of burning labs, a man's voice pleading. "Arya, don't let them, Admiral." Tarek's claw grazed her shoulder. She jerked away. "Don't. Just don't." The comms panel lit up. A junior officer's face flickered on screen, pale beneath his helmet. "Admiral, Republic Newsnet is live. You need to see this." Arya nodded, and the feed switched. A sleek-haired anchor smirked at the camera. "Confirmed reports that Admiral Aria Voss, once decorated for valor at Ceres Ridge, orchestrated the Elysium attack. Sources confirm her ties to the Revolutionary Front." "Lies." Tarek snarled, slamming a scaled fist. "You were light years away when the Concord fell." Arya's laugh was brittle. "Since when does truth matter? They need a villain. I'm just available." She leaned closer to the screen. The anchor's smug cadence mirrored every politician she'd ever loathed. "Voss's neural implant, a classified prototype, may hold evidence. The Senate demands her immediate surrender." "Surrender?" Tarek's tail lashed. "We should slag that studio off its orbit and prove their point." Arya flicked the feed off. "No, we find Jackson Riker. The mercenary? He's a scavenger. And I'm a traitor. Priorities shift." She stood, her boots magnetising to the deck as the ship's gravity generator stuttered. "Plot a course to the Vesta belt. If Riker's alive, he'll be knee-deep in relics and regret." Tarek hesitated. "Admiral, your implant. The static, it's getting worse." She touched her temple, where the skin prickled beneath synthetic veins. "It's not static. It's voices. Fragments." Vera knew that. The name tasted bitter. Director Vera, the architect of her upgrades. The reason she couldn't remember her own daughter's face. The comms officer's voice crackled again. "Incoming vessel, bearing 220 Mark 9. It's Republic colors." Arya's spine stiffened. "Shields up. Armed torpedoes." "Wait." The officer leaned closer. "They're hailing us. Audio only." A voice oozed through the speakers, silk wrapped around a dagger. "Admiral Voss, I'd say it's a pleasure, but we're both too pragmatic for lies." She knew that voice. Cale Merrick, Revolutionary Front leader, ghost of Ceres Ridge. "Merrick," she spat. "Here to finish the job?" His chuckle grated. "You wound me. I'm here to offer a truce. The Republic's hiding something, and you're the key. Meet me at Sarif Station. Bring Riker." The line died. Tarek bristled. "It's a trap." "Of course it is." Arya stared at the starless void ahead. "But if he knows about Riker," she exhaled. "Set course for Vesta 9. And Tarek? If I start glitching again, I'll sedate you myself," he finished dryly. "Attaboy." As the dreadnought lurched into FDL, Arya retreated to her quarters. She palmed a cracked hologram on her desk, a blurred figure with a child's laugh. The static surged, and for a heartbeat, she saw her freckles, braids, a missing front tooth. "Mommy, look, I'm flying." The memory shattered. Arya gripped the frame until her knuckles whitened. "I'm coming, Lila. I swear it." Somewhere in the dark, the cosmophage stirred. The irradiated sands of Vesta 9 hissed against Jackson Riker's rebreather mask as he pried the relic free from the dead alien's grasp. Its obsidian surface shimmered under twin suns, liquid and alive, humming a discordant tune that made his molars ache. "Easy there, gorgeous," he muttered, stuffing it into his pack. "You're worth more drunk than sober." A shadow blotted out the sun. "Ah, hell!" Jackson squinted upward as a warship descended, jagged and brutal, its hull scarred with the Revolutionary Front's bleeding star insignia. He thumbed his comm. "Zara, I've got company. Might need a quick dust-off." His sister's voice crackled through static. "You promised no more trouble, Jax. Trouble's allergic to charm." "I'll be fine." The ship's ramp slammed down, disgorging a dozen armored soldiers. At their helm strode Cale Merrick, his crimson coat flaring like a wound against the pale dunes. "Jackson Riker," he called, voice smooth as synth gin. "Heard you've been digging up ghosts." Jackson spat sand. "Just paying rent, Merrick. What's the front want with a 2-bit scavenger?" Cale's smile didn't reach his eyes. "That 2-bit scavenger stole from my employers. Hand over the relic, and I'll let your sister's colony perspire a little longer." Jackson's pulse spiked. "Leave Zara out of this. Or what?" Cale gestured, and a hologram bloomed above his palm. A live feed of Zara's settlement, her people toiling under the gaze of front gunships. "You'll shoot me? With what?" "That pea shooter." Jackson glanced at his rusted pulse rifle. "It's killed uglier." Cale snorted. "Goo. Last chance, Riker." The relic in Jackson's pack throbbed, its whisper sharpening to a scream. "Feed Oos." "Yeah, not helping," he muttered. "What?" "Nothing. Just negotiating with my conscience." Jackson raised the rifle. "She says bite vacuum." He fired. The pulse round struck the warship's thruster, igniting a fuel line. Cale dove for cover as flames engulfed the ramp. "Kill him." Jackson sprinted toward the ruins, sand searing his boots. Laser fire carved smoking trenches around him. "Zara, now, inbound." Her freighter screamed over the dunes, kicking up a sandstorm. Jackson leapt, catching the dangling cargo net as Zara banked hard. "You're insane," she yelled over the engines. "Genius. Insanity's cheaper." He clambered into the cockpit, relic clutched tight. Zara glared at him, her cybernetic eye whirring. "What's so special about that thing?" "Dunno, but Merrick wants it bad." The relic pulsed, projecting a fractured star map onto the windshield. "Oh great, it's haunted." Jackson grinned. "Adds value." Behind them, Cale's ship rose from the inferno, its hull scorched but guns charging. "Jax, I see him." He slapped the NAV console. "Punch it to the drift belt. Lose him in the asteroids." Zara cursed but obeyed. The freighter lurched, debris pinging the hull as Cale's cannons lit the void. "You owe me a new paint job. Put on my tab." The relic hummed louder its map stabilizing. A single star system glowed, coordinates Jackson hadn't seen in decades. Zara froze. Is that Sarif Station? His throat tightened. Where Mom and Dad died. The comms crackled. Kale's face filled the screen, blood trickling from his temple. Clever boy, but you're chasing gravestones, Riker. That relic belongs to the front. Funny, Jackson snarled. I don't see your name on it. You will. Kale's image dissolved into static. When I peel it from your corpse. Zara punched the console. We can't outrun them forever. Jackson stared at the relic. It whispered again, clearer now. The Makers return. Prepare. Then we don't run. He input the coordinates. We give Merrick a front row seat to his funeral. Zara groaned. Why do I listen to you? Because I'm your favorite mistake. As the freighter hurtled toward the drift belt, Jackson leaned back, the relic's cold weight heavy in his lap. Somewhere ahead, Sarif Station waited, and with it, answers he wasn't sure he wanted. Sarif Station loomed ahead, a skeletal biodome orbiting the event horizon of a black hole, its shattered panels glinting like broken teeth. Arya's boots crunched over frozen alien glyphs as she stepped into the derelict atrium, her breath fogging in the sub-zero air. Vera's logs said the answers were here, she muttered, neural implant flickering. But to what question? Tarek adjusted his thermal cloak, breath hissing through scaled nostrils. Admiral, sensors show life signs in the reactor core. Human and something else. She unholstered her sidearm. Merrick's here. Stay sharp. They descended through corroded corridors, the walls alive with flickering holograms. Tall, insectoid aliens repeating their final moments in silent loops. One collapsed, clutching its chest. Another carved symbols into the floor with trembling claws. Arya paused, tracing the glyphs. They were trying to contain it. The cosmophage. Tarek stiffened. Containment failed. A shriek echoed ahead. Human, raw with panic. Move! Arya sprinted toward the sound, skidding into the reactor chamber just as Jackson Riker backed against the console, pulse rifle trained on a shifting shadow. Stay back, he yelled, firing wild shots in the dark. I'll blow us all to hell. Arya stepped into the light, gun raised. Riker, stand down. He whirled, muzzle flashing. The shot grazed her shoulder. Another front puppet. She returned fire, shattering the console beside his head. Try again, scavenger. Jackson ducked, reloading. Oh, great. The Republic's favorite traitor, says the thief holding a doomsday device. She gestured to his pack, where the relic pulsed violet. Device. He barked a laugh. Lady, I'm just a delivery guy. The shadow coalesced, a writhing mass of void-black tendrils. Jackson paled. What the hell is that? Cosmophage. Arya fired, the rounds dissolving harmlessly. It eats reality. Now shut up and run. They bolted, Tarek covering their retreat with plasma grenades. The creature howled, shattering bulkheads as it gave chase. Jackson glared at Arya. Why is it following you? My implant. She tapped her temple. It's a snack. Fantastic. Got a brain tumor and a death warrant. They burst onto a catwalk overlooking the biodome's dead jungle. The relic flared, activating holograms. Aliens chanting around a pulsating orb. They worshipped it. Jackson panted. No, Arya's implants surged, translating glyphs on the orb. They bred it. Failed experiment. The cosmophage slammed into the catwalk. Metal groaned. Jump! Tarek roared. They leapt as the walkway collapsed, crashing into brittle foliage below. Jackson rolled to his feet, relic in hand. Merrick's ship, docking bay. Go! Arya grabbed his arm. Why help us? He yanked free. You've got a bigger gun. Kale's voice boomed from above. Admiral, you've led me right to the prize. They looked up. Merrick stood on an intact walkway, flanked by soldiers. Hand over the relic, and I'll make your deaths quick. Jackson hefted the relic. Come get it, revolutionary. The relic hummed, its light searing Kale's men. They screamed, clutching melted eyes. What the? Jackson stared. Aria's implant bust. It's evolving. Learning. Kale retreated, snarling. This isn't over. The cosmophage erupted through the floor, tendrils snatching a soldier. His screams faded as he dissolved. Move! Arya dragged Jackson toward the docking bay. We need to seal it here. With what? Hopes and prayers. With that. She pointed to an alien console beneath a crystal arch. Jackson slapped the relic into its slot. If this kills us, I'm haunting you. The arch flared. The cosmophage recoiled, shrieking as light engulfed it. Tara grabbed both humans. Time to go. As they fled, Arya glanced back. The creature stared through her and whispered in her mind. We see you, child. We remember. The station shuddered. Somewhere deep, the containment seal hissed shut. For now, the neon sprawl of Titan's black market buzzed around them like a swarm of cybernetic wasps. Arya slumped in a corroded dentist chair, repurposed for neural uplinks, as Dr. Lyra Vera connected wires to her implant. This'll hurt, Lyra warned, her voice muffled by a respirator. Everything does, Arya grunted. Jackson leaned against a wall, tossing a knife. Doc, if you turn her into a vegetable, I'm keeping her ship. Lyra ignored him. Initiate sequence. Aria's vision exploded. Memory shard 1. A lab ablaze. Kale Merrick, younger and softer, grips her shoulders. Destroy the research. They'll weaponize the cosmophage. Memory shard 2. A child's laughter. Her daughter, Lila, twirling in a sunlit field. Look, Mommy, I'm flying. Memory shard 3. A gunshot. Kale's scream. Arya, why? She jolted awake, drenched in sweat. I killed him. Jackson froze mid-toss. Who? My husband. The words tasted like ash. Lida adustet hergoglis. Correction. You tried to destroy the cosmophage research. He was caught in the blast. Arya gripped the chair. Semantics. Jackson crouched beside her. And the kid? The Republic took her. For her safety. She laughed bitterly. They erased her from my mind. Made me their attack dog. Lyra tapped the relic. This isn't a weapon. It's a key to seal the cosmophage permanently. But it needs a living host. Jackson paled. Host? Like inside someone. Temporarily, Lyra said. The relic bonds with neural patterns. Once the cosmophage is contained, the host detaches. Detaches. Sure. Jackson paced. And if it goes wrong, your mind unravels. Slowly. Fantastic. Kale's voice slithered through the vents. Touching reunion. Arya drew her sidearm. Merrick. His hologram flickered above a trash-strewn console. You remember now, don't you? How did you choose the Republic over me? Over us. She fired. The hologram dispersed, reforming. You left me to burn, Arya, but I rebuilt. Stronger. Jackson hurled his knife through the projection. Bore now. Kale's image solidified, eyes cold. The relic, Riker, or I glass this entire moon. Arya stepped forward. You're bluffing. Am I? The screen split, showing front warships encircling Titan. Tick-tock. Jackson grabbed the relic. Let's dance, pretty boy. Arya blocked him. Are you insane? Yep. He grinned. But I've got a plan. Does it involve dying heroically? Optimistically. Lyra shoved a data chip into Arya's hand. Coordinates to the cosmophage's prison. In Lila's last known location. Arya's breath hitched. You knew. I'm sorry. Jackson shouldered his rifle. We'll grab the kid after saving reality. Priorities, right? Kale's hologram flickered out. Your funeral. The market erupted in chaos as front troops breached the doors. Tarek roared, tossing a grenade. Go. I'll hold them. Arya hesitated. Tarek, go. Jackson dragged her into the sewers. The relic's glow lit their way, its whispers urgent. Hurry. It wakes. Arya gripped the data chip. After this, I'm getting her back. Jackson glanced at her. What? We're getting her back. She almost smiled. Since when are you a hero? Since it pissed off Merrick. Above, the the ceiling shuddered. Dust rained down. Somewhere the cosmophage laughed. The oceanic planet Hydrus churned beneath them, its storms clawing at Aria's ship as Kale's blockade loomed ahead. "Signal the lead cruiser," Arya ordered, fingers white on the armrests. "Tell Merrick I'm done running." Jackson strapped into a jump seat, relic clutched to his chest. "Bad plan. Worse execution. Got a better idea?" "Yeah, let's not die." Kale's face filled the view screen, his scarred cheek twitching. "Admiral, still playing soldier." Arya leaned forward. "Where's Lila?" "Safe. For now." He smirked. "Seal the cosmophage, and I'll take you to her." Jackson snorted. "He's lying." "Am I?" Kale's gaze flicked to him. "How's Zara's colony, Riker?" "Still breathing." Jackson lunged, but Arya caught his arm. "Focus. The relic." Kale's smile widened. "Ah, the key. Did Lyra tell you it requires a sacrifice? Someone bonds with it and burns out." Arya's jaw tightened. "You knew." "Of course. Why do you think I let you live?" He leaned closer. "You've always been the knife, Arya. I just point." The ship shuddered as a front gunship locked onto their hull. Jackson shoved the relic into Arya's hands. "Distract him. I'll handle the guards." "How?" He tossed her a grenade. Loudly, Arya triggered the airlock, hurling the grenade into the void. It detonated, scattering debris. Tarek, evasive pattern Delta. Already on it. The ship banked sharply, skimming Kale's cruiser. Jackson grabbed a spacesuit. "Meet you at the temple." "Don't die." "Riker." He leapt into the storm. Kale's laughter crackled. "Sentimental. You've gone soft." Arya's voice shook. "You used me. Used us. You let them erase her." Kale roared, fist slamming his console. "Our daughter, Arya. You chose the Republic over family." The words hung, poisonous. Arya's implant flared, replaying the lab explosion. Kale's scream, Lila's cry. "I tried to save everyone." And failed. Hydrus Ocean surged below as Arya ship breached the atmosphere. Tarek, prep the drop pod. Already gone. Riker took it. "What?" Jackson's voice cut in, static-laced. "Temple's underwater. You coming?" The relic pulsed in her hands. "Hurry." Jackson stood knee-deep in the submerged temple, relic raised as alien glyphs glowed. "Come on, talk to me." The relic flared, activating a holographic sentinel, a towering alien figure. "The cosmophage is a cancer. Your kind revived it. Now it hungers." "Yeah, got that." Jackson glanced at the rising water. "How do we kill it?" "Seal it within the heart of a dead star. The key must merge." "Merge." "Right." Kale's troops flooded the chamber, rifles raised. "Enough theatrics, Riker." Jackson backed toward the relic's pedestal. "Bit busy, Merrick." Arya crashed through a ceiling vent, landing in a crouch. "Miss me?" Kale fired. She rolled, returning shots. "Jackson, do it." He slammed the relic into the pedestal. The temple shook, walls cracking as the ocean roared in. Kale lunged. "You'll doom us all." Arya tackled him, fists flying. "You doomed us when you sold your soul." Water surged waist-high. Jackson gripped the relic, its tendrils snaking up his arm. "Arya, now!" She broke free, diving toward him as Kale's shot grazed her leg. The relic's light engulfed them. "Host accepted." Kale roared. "No." The chamber collapsed. Darkness. Then silence. The void between stars swallowed Arya's screams as the relic's tendrils burrowed into Jackson's veins, his skin cracking with obsidian light. "Get it off," he roared, clawing at the relic fused to his chest. "Don't." Arya gripped his wrists. "It's bonding. You'll tear yourself apart." Kale emerged from the temple's rubble, bloodied but unbroken. Pathetic. "You think playing hero changes anything?" He aimed his pistol at Jackson's head. "The front will control the cosmophage." Arya stepped between them. "You doom Lila too?" His finger hesitated on the trigger. "She's safe. Far from here." "Liar." Jackson staggered upright, the relic's whispers sharpening. "She's on Morningstar. Coordinates 74-22 Alpha." Kale's composure cracked. How do you? The relic chatty. Jackson grinned, blood trickling from his nose. Also, you talk in your sleep. Aria's breath caught. You knew where she was? All this time, Kale's pistol wavered. I protected her. From you. The ground quaked. Above them, the cosmophage devoured Hydrus moon, its tendrils eclipsing the sun. Jackson grabbed Aria's arm. We got minutes. Temple's core now. They sprinted through collapsing corridors, Kale's footsteps close behind. The relic pulsed, guiding them to a chamber where a massive alien engine thrummed. Jackson shoved the relic into a socket. Seal's here. Needs a spark. Arya studied the glyphs. It'll open a rift to the Dead Star, but the ship can't survive the jump. Don't need a ship. Jackson tapped the relic. Just a pilot. Kale burst in, pistol raised. Enough. Step away. Arya turned, tears in her eyes. Kale, please. For Lila. For Lila. He laughed bitterly. You lost that right when you left us to burn. Jackson groaned, veins blackening. Y'all done with the soap opera? We're on a clock. The cosmophage's tendrils pierced the temple. The walls disintegrated, reality unraveling. Arya lang, disarming Kael. Help us, or she dies too. He stared at her, rage and grief warring. What do you need? Distracted. She activated the engine. Jackson, already on it. He gripped the relic, screaming as it fused with the console. Go. I'll hold the rift open. Arya hesitated. We'll find another way. There is no other way. His heterochromatic eyes, one brown, one now alien blue, locked onto hers. Tell Zura, I finally did something stupid enough to impress her. Kale grabbed Arya, dragging her toward the escape pod. Move. Jackson laughed, blood dripping down his chin. Hey Merrick, if you see Lila, tell her Uncle Jax says hi. The pod launched as the temple imploded, the rift swallowing the cosmophage in a vortex of light. Kale slumped against the wall. He's gone. Arya watched the dying star collapse on the view screen. Not yet. The relic's final whisper echoed in her implant. Host stable. Contained. Somewhere in the dark, Jackson Riker breathed. The escape pod shuddered as it broke through Hydrus atmosphere. Kale gripping the controls with white-knuckled fury. You're a fool, he snarled, avoiding Arya's gaze. Riker's gone. The relic ate him. Arya stared at the collapsing star on the view screen. You didn't see his eyes. The relic, it changed him. Delusional, says the man who thought kidnapping our daughter was protection. Kale's fist slammed the console. I kept her safe from you. From the Republic's experiments. From Arya's neural implant bust. A faint pulse, alive. She straightened. Set course for Morningstar. Now. Why? So you can fail her again. She drew her pistol, thumbing the stun setting. Or I drop you here and go alone. Choose. His laugh was hollow, still pointing guns at everyone you love. The pod lurched as the Republic fleet hailed them. Admiral Voss, a crisp voice declared. Stand down for immediate debriefing. The Senate commends your service in neutralizing the cosmophage threat. Aria's lip curled. Service? They erased my child. Kale input Morningstar's coordinates. Hypocrisy suits you, Republic. The fleet opened fire. Morningstar's orbital hospice was pristine, sterile, wrong. Aria's boots echoed through empty halls, Kale trailing silently. A door hissed open. The girl in the cryopod had her eyes, freckles, braids, a faded stuffed alien clutched in frozen hands. Lila, Arya whispered, her voice breaking. Kale placed a hand on the pod. They said she was unstable, that the cosmophage's energy, it changed her. Aria's implant flickered. Genetic match confirmed. She slammed her fist against the controls. Wake her. Now. Alarms blared. The pod hissed, Lila's eyes fluttering open. Mommy, Arya collapsed to her knees, pulling her daughter close. I'm here. I'm here. Kale turned away, jaw trembling. The relic's signal led them to Vesta 9. Jackson's body lay half buried in the sand, obsidian veins pulsing. Arya knelt, brushing grit from his face. Riker, talk to me. His eyes snapped open, one human, one swirling with starlight. Hey, Admiral, miss me? She recoiled. What the hell are you? He sat up, sand sliding off metallic skin. Still Jax. Mostly. The relic's chatty. Kale aimed his pistol. That thing's not human. Jackson grinned, the expression too sharp. Takes one to know one, Merrick. Arya stepped between them. Can you control it? The relic. Control? He laughed, the sound echoing unnaturally. We're roommates now. But hey, he tossed her a data chip. Coordinates. The makers are coming. You'll need this. The chip displayed a star map, an armada of alien ships dormant near the galaxy's edge. Kale lowered his gun. What now? Jackson's form flickered. Now, I've got a universe to annoy. Stay out of trouble, kids. He dissolved into shadows, the relic's whisper lingering. Till next time, the Republic's victory parade glittered above Terra Prime. Arya stood at the podium, Lila's hand in hers, as senators droned about heroic sacrifice. She leaned into the mic. Jackson, Riker's alive. The crowd froze. The cosmophages contained. But the real threat's coming. Ask your Senate what they buried in the Andari vaults. Ask why they erased my child. She dropped her medal into the senator's lap. I'm done lying for you. As chaos erupted, Kale met her at the hangar. Where to? Arya lifted Lila into their stolen ship. Somewhere quiet. For now, on Vesta 9, Jackson watched the stars, the relic humming in his chest. The holographic sentinel reappeared. The makers approach. Will you fight? He smirked, spinning a rusty pulse rifle. Nah, I want to defi. The sand shifted. Somewhere the cosmophage laughed. This is end of episode 1. Comment below if you want the next chapter, and hit that like button. Please subscribe. Turn on the bell. And as always, keep the last light burning.